Leo, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Leo's sun, moon, and rising sign. Welcome to my channel, and thank you for clicking on my video, giving my channel a chance. My name is Michelle, and this is Born Without Boundaries Tarot, the premiere of my 2 YouTube channels. The second is Astrology Motivation, and I'll hope you'll go check that out too. I'll attach a link somewhere up here in one of the cards in this video. So that you can join me for a live daily tarot card reading Monday through Friday and other really good stuff that I post over there too. I hope to see you. Remember, Leo, that this is your reading. So wherever these energies resonate in your life, it is correct. There's always an extended reading, and I will attach the link to those down below, as well as I'll pin it to the top of the comment section. I hope you'll join me for that deep dive reading. And let's get into it. I will definitely start off with astrology, but I'll sprinkle it through. I have some cards already in front of me. This is a really beautiful week for you, but it's also powerful in reconciling old injuries, even if they're not physical injuries, though later on in the week there's definitely, with the opposition to Mars, but Mars is in retrograde, so it could be reconciling old injuries, actual physical injuries, especially to the head area, or any kind of injury that you might have had. Let's just put it that way. So Mars is in Gemini, and this opposition to Mars toward Mars retrograde, because Mars is still in retrograde, toward the end of the week, it's definitely got me thinking, like, there is something that was left unsaid. There was paperwork that was left undone. Considering the sun is in Sagittarius now, this could be a time when you're having to go back and submit more paperwork that should have been done, something that needed to be filled out, agreements that needed to be signed but didn't get signed, or somebody reneging on what was said and trying to renegotiate. So there could be some obstacles there. You will definitely have the energy for it, and you will have the drive to be able to get it done. The importance right now for you guys is patience and integrity. So always remain honest, and even though you'll feel like being aggressive, don't be. Try to be as patient as possible, because when you try to push in this kind of energy, it will always be misinterpreted. It will always be considered a sign of dominance, and honestly, that will just congest or cause more problems. And if somebody is treating you that way, which means that somebody might be coming back at you and trying to bully you, especially in terms of like verbal negotiations or written negotiations, this is a sense of, yeah, you're going to have to like stand up, and you're going to have to definitely stand up for yourself and be assertive in that way. But the whole context is to not be the aggressor. It is a beautiful week when we start off, and even then it's a beautiful week, because while there's this opposition to Mars in retrograde, the sun is also trine to Chiron, which means that the past injuries, past hurts, the ways that you've suffered in the past have taught you. You've learned from them. And so this opposition may be just a way for you to realize how much you have learned and how much you have changed, and to really show your smarts in what could be an uncomfortable situation. The beginning of this week starts with that beautiful new moon energy, which just plays into happiness, abundance surrounding you, the radiance of Jupiter trine the sun, feeling like there's nothing that you can't get done. But there's also a sense of renewal. There's a sense of starting fresh, of being able to leave the past behind you and really feel positive about the newness and what is to come. There's definitely a sense of ease when it comes to the past, or being able to finally reach an agreement with somebody, or be able to talk about things that you haven't been able to talk about before, and strike some sort of kind of like grow. It's almost like you're ready to move on from whatever has been challenging you. You may be actually ready to actually move. Could be preparing your paperwork, since the sun is in Sagittarius, for going overseas, getting your passports ready. In that case, there may be some like glitches when it comes to paperwork or things not being filed in time. And once again, that will still take patience and diligence and tenacity, but watch out for the aggressiveness, because you could really blow your top when Mars is in opposition to the sun. Just an FYI. What do the cards have to say? Well, let's get into it. Let's look at the cards, okay? We have set healthy boundaries, which is really important. This speaks of integrity, and it says, you know what, Leo? Make sure that people treat you the way that you demand, that you want to be treated. It's not about demands. It's about knowing your self-worth. It's also a sense of, have you accepted too much? I just heard this. Something that's emotionally burdening you. Something that's emotionally burdening for you, and because of the emotional burden, you may feel like you owe somebody too much or more than you should. This came out in the Cancerian reading too. You might want to go watch that as well. There's just this sense of feeling obligated, especially because of something that had happened or injury that had happened, and you don't want to make it the same way. Like, say for example, this is your second marriage. You could be overcompensating in your second marriage because of the mistakes you knew you made in your first marriage. This is a sense of, no, set healthy boundaries. What did you learn? And what did you learn by making those mistakes? That's how you actually change things, not by trying to overcompensate. So watch out for that energy, because you could be taking too much on your shoulders. This is a sense of bring a gentle touch. But it's kind of awkward. The card came out in an awkward position. So what I would say to that is a sense of, really struggling this week to be gentle about something. You will just have so much confidence. You'll just be wanting to be so assertive that there's a feeling here of bull in a china shop, if you are familiar with that expression. A feeling of set healthy boundaries, bull in a china shop. It's almost like very contradictory. It's almost like the challenge will be to strike the balance, right? To not let somebody get one over on you, but at the same time not be a bully yourself. This is also a particularly gentle situation that you've been dealing with, or somebody that may try to be aggressive towards you in a passive-aggressive way, in a way that kind of makes them seem like, it's almost like somebody who's playing the victim. And then we have magic works through you, and this is Cancerian energy. So something is happening through you. What that something is, I'm not quite sure. This card usually has to do with transformation of sorts. I think that you're falling out of love or out of affection for someone that is in some way, shape, or form, I don't know, like in some ways you could feel guilty. Not that you should. This is absolutely not a judgment call, but this is a sense of like feeling like you're trying to overcompensate, or it being easy for somebody to make you think like you need to overcompensate. You do not need to overcompensate. You do not owe your future your past. Your past is done and over with. Magic works through you. I want to get a good reading on what that means specifically. Let's get into the details. What magic is working through Leo? The Hanged Man here. So this speaks of being stuck. No, what magic is working through Leo? What is working through Leo? Stuck for a long time, being single or being on your own, enjoying your own company. This could be the transition that you're going through, this sort of transition between being on your own and not being on your own. But the Hanged Man is here. It could be money owed as well. If you are dealing with financial issues, it almost seems like somebody is trying to hang you up or get you hung up until you give them more money. And that's sort of like the passive-aggressive tactics, which could be coming through, like I said, written paperwork. That whole sense of listen, in order to milk this and get more, I'm gonna hold this up or tie this up. But what does that have to do with magic works through you? What do you want Leo to do? The Hermit card is here and the Devil is here. They want you to go through the contract really, really, really well. They want you to go through the contract over and over and over again, because there definitely is the presence of someone here that's trying to wrap you up or make you contracted, and you need to look like contract you into something or make you obligated to something, but you have to look over those contracts. That's what I'm hearing. Definitely look over those contracts. Give them a second, third, and fourth look, because there's some, maybe even money that was owed to you, but you're gonna have to take the initiative to find it. But there was definitely something that's stuck. Money that was owed to you is stuck. It's stuck up in something contractual, or you owe money to somebody. So what this is saying is, like, look at it, look at the paperwork, look over the contract. This could also be speaking of fear, working on fear, which has made you stuck, in which case that is definitely inside of you. This sense of being afraid in some ways of feeling as good as you want to feel, being afraid. Sorry. Being afraid, kind of being hung up on your own personal value, in terms of feeling devalued, like not realizing how much you're worth, which people would not think of Leo for. But there's just this energy of somebody not being so nice and really needing to set your boundaries with that. Let's get into who this could be. 10 of Pentacles, having something to do with a house, having something to do with property that you purchase. You are dealing with large sums of money here. It's almost saying you better look through some paperwork again, because there's money that you forgot, but where, or didn't see. So where are they supposed to look? This is definitely something to not be ambiguous about, God. Where are they supposed to look? Where are they supposed to look? Where is Leo supposed to look? This comes out a little bit in the future. Nothing has come out in the past. 4 of Swords. So this is reconciling the past and not giving up until you do. It's almost like somebody hasn't wanted to accept something that you have offered. You are trying to reconcile the past, but they are sitting there wondering or worrying, should I trust them? Will I let this happen? Or somebody is holding you up. You're trying to reconcile the past, but they're sitting there like, no, I don't know. I don't know if I should trust it. Or I'm not ready to speak to them yet. Or I'm not ready to hear from them yet. And that is in direct connection what is hanging you up. You are definitely, that's the 7 of Wands. You are definitely working and trying very hard to work through this and reconcile a situation. But 4 of Cups is suggesting that somebody doesn't know how they feel about it yet. Who is this person? Feel free to leave the comments below, because you know I'm nosy and I want to know. 10 of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles means there's a lot of money here. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of value here. And it's hung up somehow in contracts. The Hermit is being alone, being on your own, healing, trying to heal, but there's fear, maybe bad behavior, maybe addiction that is getting in your way and or getting in their way and hanging them up, not letting them, or it's addiction and searching for more money. That is the heart of the problem. This 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles is actually beautiful energy. Let me get into a moon card, because I am still a little confused. Leo, in this energy, please. Can you just make things clear? It's kind of what I want. We have Step out of your comfort zone, North Node. So this is definitely engaging in on a path you haven't taken before and allowing yourself to be uncomfortable. Take time to breathe out. It's saying respect yourself, because the truth is this is an uncomfortable situation and there's no experience that you could have had with it so far. You're very close to achieving your goal, which speaks to when I went over the astrology with you, this speaks to the patience. It speaks to don't give up on this, keep fighting. Somebody will figure things out, or the right offer is on the table, is what it's saying. The right offer, at least toward the end of the week, the right offer will be on the table. It's just whether or not you've noticed it. There's something here that has been missed or looked over. What is that? A serendipitous opportunity. Page of Pentacles, this is a new job, a new opportunity to bring in finances or to work something financial, but it's small. It's just like the seed, the seed that's been planted. And Wheel of Fortune is here saying, plant this seed now and it will really, after a lot of hard work and diligence, and maybe that's what it'll really take off. Like, this is very fertile soil to start something new in. And even if you have to struggle and work hard and like clean some shit up from the past, eventually it will yield wonderful results, because this is very fertile soil to plant in now. But we also have the devil here. That could also be saying you write out the contracts or you work really hard on the contracts. There's a lot of money coming in, a lot of abundance, which could mean that you're able to then it could mean that you're able then to pay off old debts or get rid of like what you used to owe. And that's the problem. The problem is somebody maybe liked having you on that tether, even if they didn't quote unquote like you. So even though you're ready to pay, there is a sense of what's going to come up is complications and conflicts to just whatever that debt is, whether it's financial, emotional, whatever it is. It's like there's somebody's going to find an excuse to, I have to look it over, or I'm really not interested in you. I'm really not interested in you paying this all up or being not indebted to me. This could mean also that somebody isn't willing to forgive and forget, that somebody isn't emotionally ready yet, and pushing them is not going to help the situation, and vice versa. So if this is you, there's just this sense of, if somebody tries to be too aggressive towards you and say, no, I want to make this better, I want to make this all right, but maybe I'm not ready for that yet. Like, give me time. The key word for you this week then is patience, is a sense of, I know it's going to be hard because there's so much energy around you that sort of makes you supercharged, but there's a sense of, just because one person's ready doesn't mean the other person is there. And that's one of the hardest things to negotiate, isn't it? That difference between, but I need to do something with all this energy inside of me, and it has to do with making right with you, but what if the other party isn't ready? So what do? You do all that you can do to plant the seeds so that when they're ready, they can come and pick the garden that you've planted. It's like, set it up. In other words, that's what it's saying. I don't know what you guys are setting up. This could be even setting stuff up, like getting your paperwork or financials in order for the future, but it's not really that far out. Ooh, I need a little bit more clarity. Who is this involved with? Can you describe this person? I don't really like this energy. This is the Empress in reverse. So this is mother energy, maternal energy. Page of Swords just came out, which means there's some sort of communication coming, or some sort of idea or communication or information that comes in through online sources, little tidbits of information. It could be a text message, could be a DM, could be just something you read on the internet, but it's got something to do with a celebration of a new beginning when it comes to this person, this woman, or this maternal figure that is very, like, the Empress in reverse is somebody who, she's the devouring mother. She's very manipulative, and she uses other people for her own prosperity. And there's just this sense, or there's a sense of celebrating somebody who really isn't worth it, or feeling like you have to, or celebrating somebody that left you empty. That's a really weird energy, and I want to get deeper into that and understand that. 3 of Cups is here, and Ace of Wands is here, which is happy energy. It is energy of celebration of something new, celebration of a fresh start. It especially with regards to this mother figure, this who is this? Who is this? Can you clarify? Who is this Empress in reverse? Who is this Empress in reverse? Who is this? It's usually a maternal figure that is just they're not a good person. The Empress in reverse is a manipulative fucking bitch. She's a mother that would eat her offspring just to have dessert. That's the energy of the Empress in reverse. They get their abundance by using other people. They suck off other people. And yet somebody seems to be celebrating them or giving them a second chance. But there's a sense of, I don't believe it, I don't really want to. And what to that I would say, you have to trust your instincts, you have to trust your gut. If you're not willing to, or you don't believe somebody has completely turned around, trust your instincts. Let's get deeper into this. I'll see you in the extended. Those links are below you.